Good morning, YouTubers. How are you all out there today? Jim back here again. Today to talk about the Himalayan. So yes, it was a big day, 1st of March. So here in the UK, I could ride it. That's when the new registrations come into place. And so I took a day off work and off I went to the very north of Scotland to a destination that will reveal itself as you go through the video. So what's going to follow are just some takes I had along the journey and my thoughts as I went along, and then I have a little conclusion and you'll see how I got on with the Royal Enfield Himalayan. 20 miles out from home, I saw this little path to go off-road and give this little bit of a try. I can't say at this point I was very happy with the bike. I thought really I'd made a big mistake and I was thinking about how I could hand it back and give it to the dealer and see what I could get. Riding down the track had shown that actually this is a really good off-road bike. I could stand up on the pegs, it was well balanced, the engine was very good, the gearbox very slick, so that was a plus point. And as you can see from the picture, I got my panniers fitted. I had to buy the fixing bars, but the actual bags themselves, which are SW Motec Legend bags, I had those already. The other reason for stopping right here was, to be fair, I was desperate for a wee and I needed to have a quick break. So having done all that, I packed up the panniers again, put the video away, and then decided I'd better go north rather than go home, considering that at this point I was thinking of just cutting my losses. So off I went again.
Had fun stitching this together. So far so good. Got music playing on my helmet. It's connected to my other phone. Just stopped to check directions because the sat-nav keeps breaking connection with the phone. I don't know if it's the phone or the sat-nav, who knows. And there's the offending sat-nav unit, which doesn't work. Who knows what the problem is, but from my first stop, which was about 40 odd miles ago, I really wasn't sure. But actually now I'm loving it. It's a nice little bike. I'm having a lot of fun. So yeah, it's great. And out here, look at this. Just look at this. This is fabulous. Still on to a secret destination. Oops. But yeah, so far so good. And I'll talk to you later. Something to look at. And over here we have the Kylesku Hotel, and this is one of the hidden gems. Open from about February onwards. Lunch here is fantastic. If you like local seafood, you're going to get much better. It's a hotel as well. I'd recommend in the high season that you book before you come in, but this is a lovely hotel and the food here is to die for. If you're not a seafood fan, well, they're also taking care of you. There's a full menu, meat and other things, but if you like seafood, then it's all locally caught. I've tried it a couple of times and it's one of the ones that I personally recommend.
Inside the hotel you'll find excellent food, great atmosphere, great views, and this little display dedicated to the X-Craft and the men who served in them in the Second World War.
And here we are, our destination, the memorial for the X-Craft. This cairn was erected to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the 12th Submarine Flotilla, 10th of April 1993. The security of these top secret operations was guarded by the local people of this district who knew so much and talked so little. The silent hills remember the young men of His Majesty's X-Craft submarines and human torpedoes who were trained in these wild and beautiful waters. The X-Craft had a 4-man crew and carried two 2-ton charges fixed to the outer hull, and these were dropped on the seabed below the target. The Chariot and a two-man crew dressed in diving suits sitting astride the 500-pound detachable warhead that was attached to the keel of the target. These guys are sitting on a torpedo, basically. What beauty. What absolute stunning beauty. Talking of beauty, there goes one of my gloves. So this was a good place to aim for as I go chasing after my glove. It's a great place to aim for. I took a day off work to ride my new Himalayan, and I was always going to come up here. I saw it on the TV a while ago and thought that's a great place to aim. The fact that I found a fabulous restaurant, beer battered prawns and chips, a couple of coffees and then scones. And this is the Kylesku bridge, which replaced the ferry service. The hotel I was in, this Kylesku hotel, and if you're up here, you're riding, you're doing the 500, or you're up here and driving doing the 500. Now your vehicle of choice is not for me to decide. If you're coming south, go over the bridge and turn left and you'll find the hotel. If you're coming north, before you get to the bridge, turn right and you'll come to the hotel. And if you're here in the summer and it's packed, camper vans, camper vans, camper vans. When you plan a trip next time, come in March. It's pligging freezing. I don't know if this will get picked up. You can see a little fishing boat down there. But it's empty and it's wild and it's beautiful. And for me, it's one of these days where it's just bloody marvellous to be alive. In this lock, the men of the X-Craft practiced and trained, and that included being depth charged, because they wanted to make sure that they developed the nerve to stand being depth charged in real life. Personally, being depth charged as part of practice, I can see why I'm not cut out for it. These men were extraordinary.
So you've seen my videos and you'll get an impression that of what I thought of the bike and the day. The day was fabulous. What I think of the Himalayan. The reason I bought this bike was to be able to go down some of the very narrow Scottish lanes that are, I'm less confident the BMW because it's big, and if it goes over it's very, very expensive. And if the BMW goes over, just the cost of repairs is probably more than the entirety of the cost of the Himalayan. And down these very narrow, bumpy country lanes, the Himalayan was great fun. I went down 2 forest tracks, which I wouldn't do on the BMW. Bumping down those and standing up on the bike and using it as an adventure bike, it was really good. It's light, the gearbox is excellent, it's very flexible. So for what I bought it for, it's going to serve that purpose. It's going to allow me to go onto tracks or small roads or places that I don't necessarily want to take the BMW. So for that it's fine. On the open road it was less fun. And probably as more power release, as I get it running and I can hit sort of 60, 70 miles an hour, then maybe that'll solve itself. But overall, very happy, satisfied with it. Does the job that I have bought it for.